Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is the 30th of April, 2024, and this is a very special edition of the Level 99 live stream where we are feeling fine all the way up here at Level 99. Hello, hello, hello. Paul Canada, Pig Ups all the way over on the YouTube side of things. What up, Pimp? How are you, my friend? Happy to have you here, and very happy to have everybody watching us either on YouTube or on Twitch, either live or on the replay. You could have been anywhere else on the internet, but you're here with me and you're here with us, and I appreciate that. Bless. And we had so much fun cutting a slab of bacon off the pig yesterday, putting it on the grill. We decided to do it again. Oh my goodness, and we don't even have any music. Glad to hear that you are doing well, Paul Canada. And I'm doing mighty fine. We had an excellent Stepmania stream not even an hour ago. I went ahead and did 2 hours worth of Stepmania every Monday through Friday. We dance our hearts out, and we implemented a brand new SM request system. That means you can take a look-see at all 10,000 plus songs that I have available to step to and request a song to be played on stream. Mate Site, what up, Pimp? How are you? Hello, hello, hello. How are you, my friend? I hope you are staying happy, healthy, and most importantly, hydrated. I know I am. So when we last left our hero, DarkSydePhil was saying that he was having a problem with chargebacks. Yes. Old Reliable is now back in the rotation. DSP has been hurting ever since 1 Minute Man decided to take his ball and go home. And now we truly get to see if DSP Gaming is being held up by one or two whales, OIC and 1 Minute Man. New charge back, ack. I knew you got it right, Canada. Let's go. But once again, I want to take a moment to thank everybody to across the YouTube and Twitch for hanging out, trying to get the YouTube channel to partner. I'll be goddamned if DarkSydePhil has 3 channels to partner, and I'm still working on getting the 1 to partner. However, it is worth noting that over on the Twitch side of things, we are affiliate, which means technically I can say out loud and have it be factually true that I dance on camera for money. And with all that being said, I think it's time for us to see what the guy is getting into. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Level 1 podcast featuring the guy, DarkSydePhil. Ugh. Stop it.
Everyone, and welcome to the show.
Boo!
DSP.
Boo this man.
It's Tuesday, the 30th
Boo
of
this man.
April.
Also, Mate, I thank you for cashing in that after our Discord check-in. Do appreciate that.
Meaning, this is the last day of the month, and it's been a good month. In
No
fact,
shit.
I would say this month of April, by far, was a turnaround month for me and for DSP Gaming. Why? Well, if you don't remember, the months of January, February, and March, sadly, things were slowing down to a crawl around here. And what I mean by that is because I'd been playing so many insanely lengthy, slow-paced RPGs that basically attendance, viewership, engagement,
And support.
everything was down.
And support.
And that's not good.
Say it.
You know?
Say support,
and especially
coward.
time of the year when typically the first quarter of the year is rife with exciting new game releases. This year there just were not that many high-profile games getting any kind of notoriety. Too many RPGs in an incredibly short period of time that made absolutely no sense, all cutting into each other's attention and profit margins.
Who cares,
And the best games
Phil?
of the year
Not
were like
everybody's a
little indie
streamer
titles,
like you.
Games like Pal World or Helldivers 2 were getting way more recognition and play.
Oh, baby. God, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between, we just got a brand new follow to the channel. Congratulations. And I'm apologize if I said this incorrectly. Haru Kylia 123. Congratulations. Thank you so much for following the channel, my friend.
Releases that were
I hope you are happy, healthy, and hydrated. Looks like you created your account on the 17th. That's not sus at all. So what brings you to this corner of the internet, if you don't mind me asking? By the way, I'm also a graphic designer. I literally created everything that you see right here. So just want to let you know that I'm already a graphic designer and I'm good. Already right off the jump, we are killing it right now.
Oh.
Gross.
I turned it around, man. This month.
Look at how ghoulish this guy looks, man. Like, I don't try to like knock on a person's appearance, but like you can do something about this. You can do something about this. This shirt, those gowls. Like, stop drinking so much, man. We'll refresh this. And big shout out to REE-stream for getting us this footage.
Sad when I'm done playing. Like, the stream will be over and I'll be like, I don't feel like that was 3 hours. You know, I feel like I was only playing for like an hour. I want to keep going. But I understand that, you know, Fallout 4, first of all, it's not a new release. It's not, okay? Are we playing a game that's hot right now because of the TV series and the update? Yes, but it's not a new release. I can't just play it nonstop. I have to have a balance.
Already making excuses.
And that's okay. So I'm playing it again tomorrow, which I'm happy for, and I'm enjoying my time with it. I wish I could play more of it, but I don't want to overburden the channel with too much Fallout right now. I want to keep it all balanced, okay? So it went well yesterday, okay? Really good stream. And I will say this as well, because I was actually having the discussion with my wife about this yesterday.
My mom, my wife.
So for the months that I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, okay? Here's the deal. Every time I streamed Baldur's Gate 3, a particular group of people would come out to watch, but it would only be between 200, 300 viewers, and honestly, it would probably be like 10 of the same supporters every day. And they were incredibly generous. They were supporting the channel with tips every day. But what happened was,
I was an asshole and I scolded them,
and all the
and now
other
they're
kinds
gone.
of support, meaning super chats, memberships, all that, completely dwindled because it was.
I treat my audience like shit, guys.
And all they would do is tip, and that was it. So you didn't have that organic feeling of people supporting the channel because they really didn't like Baldur's Gate 3.
There's nothing organic about this guy or his channel, to be honest.
That game. And I played it for over 140 hours because people were demanding it. Okay? Now, with a game like Fallout 4 and others, that variety of support
as
is
Clarkson
back.
once said, oh no! Anyway,
engagement is up. People are talking. People are liking the stream. You know what I'm saying? And yes, variety of support.
Stop whining.
Has come
and
back.
Get on with it.
We're back to the point where people are becoming members and renewing their memberships and gifting their memberships. People are super chatting every
absolutely
day.
correct.
This is great. That's the kind of support I need to keep this channel afloat. And for 2.5
Let me know if
months,
everything sounds good. Can you hear Phil? Can you hear me? Can you hear the music?
We were in dire straits there, quite frankly. I was nervous, but things bounced back in a big way this month. So I'm very happy for that, and thank you to all of you who came back this month and checked out all the variety of content and supported it in any way. I really appreciate that.
But
last night was Elden Ring, and man, much like a lot of games that I've been playing recently, I was shocked at my progress. Like, I thought arriving at the Hay Tree, as I did, this was the beginning of the Hay Tree. I thought this was going to take
you hear
me a
everything
while to
fine?
get
Thank
through,
you,
because I
Canada.
remember there's like 3 major chunks to the Hay
Chicken
Tree.
Rooster, what
First,
up,
you're on the
Pimp?
branches,
Phil is trying
and the
so
outer buildings
hard
that are on the outside
not to
of the
get
tree.
a job. Beg, beg, beg.
Basically,
Shame
you have
my
to climb all the way
dent.
down, and then
Hogan
you have the big
pools.
Beretta magic
Big
boss
facts.
fight.
Big facts,
Then
my
you have the
friend.
city portion.
Chicken Rooster,
Big
thank you so much for hanging out.
walls and alleyways and tough enemies
Definitely
in that
appreciate
area.
your company.
And then once you get through that, which is the second portion, then you got the third portion, which is the rot, which is kind of inside the tree.
Of course,
like a cave
less.
system, and there's a bunch of pools of rot and annoying
Trying to get
enemies.
this YouTube channel to partner.
Happens.
We are in the last 50 some subs and the last
And then once you pass
1,000
all
hours
of
of
that,
watch time. I think we
then
can make it.
You get to Melania.
I think we can make it.
Tree.
If Phil can get 3 channels to partner, I don't see why not.
I did it all in
I don't
one.
see why I
I
can't.
literally did it all in one stream, and I was like, you know what it is? It's a couple things. Number one, I remember it, right? Like I remember this part of the game. So unlike
Mute the microphone, dude.
First time run,
Mute the mic.
I know exactly what to expect and where to go. Like I could remember generally, oh yeah, there's a shortcut up here. This is how you get here. This is how you get past here. Instead of me not knowing what I'm doing.
By the way, I'm also doing some graphic
bearings.
design work
Number
while
two,
I'm
obviously,
live
my
reacting, so
second
I'm
run
making the
of the
most
game,
of my
I'm playing
time.
better in this run
So
than I did in my
technically,
first.
if you want
My
to be,
build overall was much better. You know, my first run in the game
accurate
was
about this,
melee-based with the
I'm
bastard,
doing
blade. I think that's what it was
graphic
called. No,
design for a
blasphemous
beer
blade.
label company, and I get paid
And it was a whole
$40
lot
an
of
hour to
slamming
do
things,
it.
a whole lot
So
of jumping
essentially,
R2,
I'm getting paid
right? This build I
$40
have
an
right
hour
now is
to make
so
fun of Phil.
versatile.
Technically.
Because I have magic, because I have a charged sword.
Sit on his
right? I
head,
have different things I
Jasper.
can
Sit
use
on him.
to win. And because of that, I'm doing much better, I feel, in areas like this.
Thank you.
I'm just kind
Thank you.
of cruising right through it. So, yeah, I mean, I got all the notable stuff, too.
So
I got,
if you see my eyes
America's
darting
Sword Seal
around,
item,
I've
which
got
is a
4
really useful
screens in
item.
front of me. But that does not mean
And,
that you
you know,
guys
we
should
basically
not
just
engage, interact.
Sure, the toughest part yesterday was
I got
Loretta
the
boss.
notifications
The
let me know
Loretta
that
boss
y'all are talking.
is almost immune to magic. All right, and I have a magic build. It's like, so how am I going to beat this boss? Well, I'm going to be tricky. I'm going to use the Night Comet spell, which is very damaging, and she cannot really dodge because she can't see it. Remember, enemies cannot see the night spells. So if I'm casting Night Comet, she just can't avoid it. She's not going to dodge. She's going to keep taking it on the chin.
Oh my
Problem
god.
was, she also spams magic. So it was basically like a magic spam off between the two of us throwing magic at each other back and forth. And it took me a while to beat her because, again, remember, I'm weak. I take giant hits.
Isolate that.
Like, you know, half my energy or more per hit. What are you doing licking my water bottle? He licked my seltzer.
Fuck off.
Seltzer water. Really? You're a fucking moron. How dare you drink my water? Unacceptable behavior from the kitty cat here today. Do not lick my water bottle.
Ugh, the way he talks to his cat just like makes me cringe.
What was I saying? Oh, so anyway, don't lick the water. He's gonna do it again.
With his high-pitched voice.
No, he's purring. Don't lick the water, you nut. All right. What a silly guy. Okay. So basically, after Loretta, it was just more exploration, and I've made it. I'm at Melania, and I didn't think I was gonna get there.
Don't Agent the Claude. You don't know what the pig is carrying.
Okay? Now the one
and he won't play for blood work if you need diagnosis.
One golden seed
this guy needs blood work done. Have you seen him fidgeting, like his eyes fluttering and his like face twitching? Clear-cut signs that this guy absolutely needs to get checked out by a doctor, but you know he won't. He's going to stroke out on stream. Arcade sticks are too important.
That way I have the maximum loadout.
You know what?
And I am...
He ain't wrong. My man's ain't wrong. This is more important than a living being person.
Fight.
Or cat,
but
by the way,
I don't
guys.
know where there are golden seeds that I've missed. You know what I mean? Like, I went and I swear I killed all the tree spirits.
Ooh, drink up, boys.
Maybe.
Why is Comcast being a detractor right now?
Can do is go to one of those very early optional dungeons, and maybe at the end of one of those is one of the stupid ulcerated tree spirits that will give me one of these golden seeds, because I definitely want to get my final one. And then
oh god, this guy's so boring.
So that's going to take place tomorrow night on the late stream. So don't miss it. You know, I think it's going to be epic.
Or miss it.
Match against Melania with the new magic build. See how it goes. First of all, I don't even know if she takes damage from magic. Right? Like, I don't even know how that's going to go. Does she take normal damage from magic? Is she resistant to magic? I don't know.
I thought you were a 16-year content creator.
Spells? Should I use
thought you could pick up any game and play at a professional level.
Glintstone magicians magic? Should I use the night magic, or should I charge my sword and try to get frost build up on her? You know, like and plus of course she's gonna have that ridiculous swallow song bullshit attack that I'm gonna have to remember how to dodge, which of course I don't. I have to start over again.
Dodge roll, idiot.
It's going to be tough. I'll go as far to say I do not expect to beat Melania tomorrow. I don't. I think that she's going to kick my butt, and I got to get back into the swing of things, getting used to dodging her attacks, seeing where the openings is, and what works. And
On the
stuff
one
like
hand,
that.
I want to see
Okay?
how he'd handle
guess we'll see.
SMTV. On the other,
Oh, yeah,
I don't
let's
want
see
him
here. Don
tainting
Fuji
that
says she's
series.
weak to fire
What's
and frost.
SMTV?
Princess
Smart me up,
Consuela
please.
says she does take magic damage.
And here we go again. Oh, okay. Bet. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't want him playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm glad that he sent it to the Chaos Realm. I'm glad he sent it to the Chaos Realm.
Extremely
The
hard
series
for a caster,
Persona
unless you're
spun
good at
out
rolling and
from.
dodging for big
Okay.
attack. Exactly, the swallows.
You know, I only played like Persona 4, I think, because it was on Game Pass or the PlayStation Network. And I'm sure I'm a huge JRPG fan. I adore Final Fantasy, and I've been chasing that high ever since Final Fantasy VII, all the way back in the PlayStation 1 days. But I just never got into the Persona series, even though I do have a t-shirt for sale that completely rips off the Persona battle stuff. Look at this guy. Jesus. Let's refresh this. The guy is once again scratching at himself again. Very, very professional.
With the stream when it came in, when I shouted it out, right? And here's the evidence that, you know, here's the email.
Oh, he's talking
and
about the
message that came through and
chargebacks.
all
Let's
of that.
go. He's talking about the chargebacks.
Yeah, right? It's very, very frustrating. It's number one, it's not resolved quickly. Even if I dispute these and try to get them, you know, cleared up, it could take upwards of more than a month sometimes.
SMT is quite
So that
challenging,
money
which I
just sits
enjoy.
there frozen.
That's fair. I love
You don't know if
P5
you're
and I'm
gonna get it
playing
back or
the
not.
P3 remake.
Okay.
How is that P3 remake? I know Phil was
It's just
talking
really
about
frustrating
maybe
because
playing it.
It also
I'm
depends
glad
on
that he
how
isn't.
they did it, and I'll be honest, I didn't even look into it yet because you know, different chargebacks are done different ways, and if it's done a certain way, then sometimes you have a higher chance of winning the dispute. If it's done a different way, then you have a much lower chance of winning the dispute. And honestly, I hate to say it, PayPal to this day is still set up as if they think you're buying and selling physical goods, which quite frankly, most people who use PayPal, they're not using for that anymore.
You don't know
It's just
that.
stupidity that it's still set up that way and so outdated.
Oh, it's good.
So
Love
they'll
the
be
music.
like,
I'm more
"Oh,
of a
so provide
metalhead,
the
but
shipping
the
information."
soundtrack is a banger.
There is
I
no
love
shipping
that.
information,
Actually,
stupid.
I'm more
There's
of
no
like an
product
electronic
sent.
music type
This
of
was a
guy,
tip
but
during
like
a
there are
live
some
stream.
soundtracks out
Like,
there.
what are you talking
Like
about?
Fui
Moron.
Kui,
Why are you asking for that
FLCL, The
information?
Pillows
There
is
won't be any.
excellent. I love it.
Again, you know, it's like
I tend to go off the beaten path a lot of
working with
times. I'll
banks,
listen to
too.
it all.
Today,
I'll listen to
banks
it all.
still act like it's the 1980s.
Need to finish it though. I'm about
The way that
halfway
they
through.
operate
I also
their
like the more
hours, the way
sober tone
transactions
compared to
work in a
5.
bank.
Wow.
You
Well,
wanted to
since you're
deposit some money,
putting
we
it
got you,
over
like,
like
2
that, I may
days
have to
to
take a
clear.
look-see
What?
into this.
Fuck
May
are
have
you
to take
talking
another
about?
look.
Everything is digital today. It should be instant. I can transfer money between PayPal accounts. I can do payments.
Here we
all over
go.
the
He's
place, but
bitching
the
about
bank is
PayPal
delayed,
again.
right?
Let's go.
It's kind of the same thing. Is that they get these really outdated practices. They just don't understand how things work in the modern era.
He's an outdated practice.
Anyway, so yeah, so here I am playing Elden Ring in some of the hardest parts of the game, and I keep getting chargeback notifications, and I'm like,
Oh
This
no.
so here's the deal. This is not the end of the world. It was I did the math. I think it was around
Corner demons.
$225 or $250 or something like that that got charged back. It's not horrendous. It just sucks. That's money that I had earned. Like, when you think about it, that's
That
like
he
a couple
earned,
days
guys. He earned it.
earnings, right? Lost now. And it's not anything crazy, but at the same time, I really need to have a couple good days. Like today and tomorrow, my final
Today and
streaming days of
tomorrow.
this week, I need them to be good streaming days. You know what I mean? Like I can't have slow days now. If I do, that's actually going to really hurt me. I'm going into the new month. All my bills are coming due. I just had to pay a bunch of money because I got finished my taxes and everything. I had to pay for that.
He also
So,
just got
you know,
paid by
it sucks
YouTube on the
timing. Oh, by the
21st,
way,
not even
I
a
just
week
got in the
ago.
mail, oh, time to renew your car registration. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Really needed that right now. Just
Yes!
another, I guess how much that is? $200.
Get fucked.
Gee, if my money hadn't gotten stolen from me, maybe I could pay for my car registration right now, right?
I pray the IRS
anyway,
comes knocking one day. He's been beyond sketchy about his money. Facts.
It's
Big
pretty
facts.
annoying and frustrating.
My guy, this is what being an
There's
adult
nothing
is
you
all
guys
about.
did wrong, or
Same. I was hoping for another bankruptcy so they properly look into him. We all have bills, you bum. 42 and so helpless.
can do
Exactly.
about it. But you can help right now by supporting the content in some way.
Don't
Maybe
do
you're
it. Don't support him. God, he's right off the jump. Right off the jump. Complaining and bitching and asking for money.
Been watching any of the playthroughs recently, but you still like.
Jesus Christ, this. Is it raw Phil or is it me? Let's do this. 1080.
Content. All right. Please support it in some way.
That's not going to work.
Anything would help right now, quite frankly. Being that today's the last day of April, even if you were to do like a super chat or a membership today, it would count and I would get paid for it next month, and that would help. But particularly
help. This guy is insufferable. He has no shame.
Tomorrow it would be great to help make up for this lost stuff. That would be amazing. If we can hit some of these tips goals in the next couple of days, yes, that would help a lot. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about it all day. I'm just going to mention it because, yeah, it happened live during the stream last night. It frustrated the shit out of me as I'm playing a tough game. This happens. I'm like, son of a bitch, right? But I'm not going to be bringing it up all day or anything like that. I just want everyone to know, if you can help me right now, that would be great. And if not, it's fine. It's not the end of the world.
He's shaking like a crackhead.
It is what it is, okay? So, thank you in advance to anyone who supports the content in any way. I really appreciate that. And let's move forward positively, shall we?
Positively,
okay.
like.
So now, let's go ahead and talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. Today, it's the return of Another Crab's Treasure. I played this originally back on Saturday.
That's like, check the successful business isn't bleeding money as much as he is. Yeah, well, he ain't successful. He's not a successful business.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Straight up.
Oh, shit!
So he says he's not going to talk about it all day, so let's see how many times he brings it up.
With a cartoony vibe, but plays similar to Dark Souls and Sekiro.
But
today is actually the first time I'm going to be utilizing a bunch of the game mechanics, including the parry and repost and plunge attacks and stuff like that. I actually just unlocked them, so it would be great if we could do that. Okay. See. But anyway, I'm excited to see where the game goes. I actually looked into it, and they actually said that the game is around 15 to 20 hours long.
Oh yeah, Canada, big facts.
But I guess the game actually does have.
What's also crazy, his parents are getting old.
Know that, but
wouldn't you want to go see them as much as possible?
So
strange. No, he's waiting for them to die so he can inherit the money.
Depending on how it goes, the first stream I
remember when he tried to use the fact that he thought that he said his parents were dying in order for people to
very similar to FromSoft, meaning
give him money so he can go see them.
The dodge button, you won't dodge. You have to press the dodge button and release the dodge button, and the dodge happens on the release, which is really stupid.
It's called negative input, guy. As Street Fighter player, he should know this.
Yeah. I just got to get used to that. I'm doing it already in Elden Ring, and now I got to get used to it in a different game, which is kind of frustrating. Okay.
Oh, video games are frustrating.
So
Fuck
far,
out of here,
I like
dude.
the atmosphere. I like the environments. I like the quirkiness of the humor and the design of the world. How the whole undersea world is full of litter, and that's basically the items in the world is human shit. It's kind of fun. And I'm excited to see what else comes out of the game today. New areas will we go? You know, what will we unlock? It should be pretty fun. And of course,
what's the over-under that this guy is already drunk?
Fun to use. We're gonna see. So, I hope you will join me today. Okay. It should be.
And if you don't, I'm gonna be mad.
Stick around for Another Crab's Treasure. I think it's gonna be a fun game, just like any FromSoft game. The thing is, I hate to say it, there are some people that are actually very, very kind of almost prejudiced against a game like Another Crab's Treasure. And you might
they are bigoted against Another Crab's Treasure
because of how it looks. They think because Another Crab's Treasure looks cartoony, almost like a Disney movie, oh, that game can't be good. It must be for kids. It's not for kids. It's challenging. It plays like a FromSoft game.
Who is saying this?
It's for kids. Look at the design. Hold on a second here. Just because it looks one way doesn't mean it's only for a kid's audience. You can have games that look kind of cutesy but are designed for adults. This one absolutely is. And it has that kind of very challenging gameplay. I'm going to die a lot playing it, likely. I'm going to have some rage-inducing moments, which is what you like for when I play a Souls-like game, right? So just because it's gothically dark and there's no gore, does that mean it's a bad game?
Auto moderations.
No, you have
Don't
a
worry
really
about it.
Stupid bias. Like, that's really dumb. Give it a shot. Watch me play the game, and then make
And
a
support.
judgment. And if you don't like the game based on what you see, that's one thing. But to make a judgment based solely on the art design of the game is really stupid. And a lot of people sadly seem to be judging games like this today. Oh, did you see how cutesy that game is? That's a terrible game. Well, that's dumb, man. I can't believe people say and act like that.
Believe it.
2024,
Believe
right?
it.
Like, how many times over the years do you think something's going to be one thing and it ends up being something totally different and good? And vice versa. How many times do you look at something and it looks like it's going to be amazing and then it's a piece of dog shit? Starfield. So I think we got to stop
DSP
making
Gaming.
these judgments and just, you know, enjoy and see, right? Let's find out together. Let's play and see.
Remember
exactly
when he
what it
said
is.
that when Starfield comes out, they're not going to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 anymore? What happened to that?
So I hope you'll stick around for me. Exactly. How about that? Notenko Dinero says, like Wind Waker. It was incredible. It's my third favorite GameCube game. How many people, when Wind Waker was coming out, were actually prejudiced and actually saying, we don't think this is going to be a good Zelda game. We're biased against it because it had a cutesy nature to it. And it ended up being an outstanding game, right? So I'm giving that game.
He doesn't like Zelda
chance.
games, bro.
I want
He doesn't
to
like
see
Zelda
if
games.
it's
Why
good.
is he
So
even
far, 3
mentioning
hours
this?
in, there are some frustrations, but there's a lot of things I like about it, and I can't wait to jump in more today. Please stick around for another
Says the
Crab
dude
Trash.
that shits on every
Or,
single game
on the flip
developer.
side of that, if
Big
you're not here live and you're
facts.
just
Big
watching on demand,
facts. You
I
are
hope you'll
right.
watch the videos on demand. Give it a shot, and let's sit together, you know, technical. Okay?
Calls them all
Cool.
mouth-drooling morons.
Okay. Continuing on, later tonight on the late stream, I will continue with my gameplay of Street Fighter 6. Tonight, it is Zangief again.
Ugh.
And tonight, I'm going to attempt to do some ranked play with Zangief. I think what I'm going
He
to
says
do
he's going to do ranked?
is play just a little bit of casual, maybe like half an hour of
No
casual
fucking
just to
way.
warm up, and then we're going to go to ranked and see how I do.
He's
Currently,
gonna
my
suck.
Zangief is 3-star diamond ranked. I would like to get him to master. We're going to see what happens tonight when I play. I'm going to try to utilize all the strategies and things that I've seen top players use. I did watch another top player, Zangief, last night. Didn't really learn anything besides I had forgotten
That's a big X to gout.
that Zangief, excuse me. Oh my god. I had forgotten that
Mute
Zangief
the microphone, you
has a
dumbass.
wall bounce with jumping roundhouse if you charge it. So if someone's open and doing a move and I could jump right into them and hit them with that wall bounce, you can actually do a crazy good combo. It's just
So I'm also
charging, jumping
scanning
roundhouse,
Twitter
which
to
is the
see
drop
what the
kick.
streets are
Then they
saying,
bounce off
and
the
In and
wall,
Outer
you
Place
down
says,
forward
if you don't
medium,
like
and
another
cancel right
crab's
through the
treasure
air
because of
throw,
its looks,
and
you
it
have a
combos
stupid
for, like, no
bias.
exaggeration, like
Again,
60%
you're not allowed
damage.
to
It's
disagree with
insane.
Phil's opinion.
So if I can get that, my god, that's going to be an amazing punch.
It looks like Poem's
So we'll see if
Future
I
is
can
not
remember to
watching
do that
today,
tonight.
but they have a
That's
brief
much
rundown
better
so far.
option
He's
than
giving
saying
an
just doing,
entire
like,
3-month-long
jumping medium and a
recap
bunch
of
of
how well
mediums
his
into a
channel was
clothesline. It does, like,
supported
double
to
damage
really
and stuff.
drive home how he
So,
needs
see if I can remember that. But outside of
$250
that,
right now
it should be
when he gets to the
interesting. Let's see
chargeback
how I
begging.
do.
Phil fighting chargebacks
And go
now
from
is
there,
a
but I hope that I
crapshoot,
can
according
get
to
master
David
soon. Like,
Davison.
my
What
goal would be,
happened
let's get Zangief to master
to win all the
within the next couple
chargebacks?
weeks.
It
That
seems
way, all
so
5 of my characters
phony.
are in
True.
master,
Big
and then that
facts.
rebalance
Don't
back
you
to
want a
the game,
rematch?
and we can see if they're any better. I hope they improve my characters, man. Like pretty much all the characters I'm using are low tier, right? Zangief, Honda, Lily, they're all low tier. Dalsim, he's like
In and Outer Place
mid-tier,
says straight
right?
into a
And then
business meeting
Blanca,
in the
higher
podcast. Apparently,
mid-tier,
April was a
considered
turnaround month for
lower
DSP
top tier,
Gaming.
but not really top tier. So I'd be interested to see what they do with these characters. Hopefully, they buff them, right? So there you go. That's tonight. That's tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Now tomorrow, for my final consecutive streaming day of the week, it's going to be more Fallout 4. Very excited for this stream, as I just got Idiot Savant level 2, and I'm hoping to get even more leveling up.
Idiot
and
Savant
keep
is
improving
the
my melee
correct,
build. It should be a good time. I even have a melee weapon I'm
is the
using
correct
now. And then tomorrow night will
build
be
for
the
him.
Millennia rematch of the century, as I fight the
Oh,
toughest
excuse
boss
me.
in
Oh my
FromSoft
God, I'm worse than
history.
DSP.
Again with this new build, and we see how it goes. Like I said, I am not predicting at all that I'm going to beat her tomorrow night. I think it's going to take multiple streams with this build, but I'm going to try to at least get back into the swing of things, learn the patterns again, the timing, and see what's effective. Okay. I'll be off from streaming on Thursday.
Oh,
when I come
thank
back
God.
on Friday, it'll be more Another Crab's Treasure and Street Fighter 6. Saturday, of course, then will be Fallout 4 and probably more Elden Ring. And we'll go from there. All right? Good stuff. Now, keep
Good
in mind, a
stuff.
couple quick things. Number one, new games hit May 21st with Hellblade 2 and the System Shock remake. May 22nd is the giant Street Fighter 6 update with Akuma and all the balance changes. So we've got
Wait,
a
tomorrow
lot
is
of
May
stuff
the 1st.
going
That's
on
the
at end
anniversary
May.
of the
But
burst.
we'll have
That's
3
right.
weeks to focus in
Holy
on all the things
shit.
I'm playing right now and get good progress. By the way, once Elden Ring wraps up, we'll probably get more Helldivers 2 into the mix. I know right around people are like, well, we're having a Helldivers.
Putting out the whale call.
Since we're at the end of Elden Ring, it makes more sense to focus on that, right?
My
So
God, this man looks ghoulish today.
Now also,
he looks
a couple
terrible.
other quick housekeeping things. At the end of May, I want to do a marathon. Right now, I'm strongly leaning towards an Indies marathon, unless you guys have other ideas.
I have an idea.
Indies marathon may be the best thing to do.
I have an
haven't
idea.
done one in years. So likely
You
what's
could
going to happen is
maybe
in the next
not.
week, I'm going to put a thread up on the community tab of this channel where you can nominate indie games you want to see me play. And the good thing about this is now, yes, PC games are eligible because I can play them on my mini PC.
Play
So
Crisis.
we're going to probably do a fun day of indies at the end of the month. We'll probably get some food, probably get some booze, probably have a good time just relaxing with indie games, and it should be a fun marathon event. Okay, so that's coming. In addition, Final Fantasy 13 is almost complete on my DSP Throwback channel. I've spoken with my editors, and I think we have come to
I hate the way he
determination
enunciates these
that we
things.
want to do
I don't get the appeal
LA
of watching him
Noir
eat. Same.
and I think that's going to be great.
He's trying to do that mukbang shit, you know?
The other missing playthrough.
And it looks like he's in pain
that has
whenever
not been
he
uploaded
eats.
to the
Like,
to the YouTube, it's been gone.
you
deleted
notice
from
that when
YouTube
he
for
talks,
years.
he tries
The
to cover
original
up his
LA Noir
teeth.
playthrough is likely the next project.
I'm thinking
that will
he's
be
like in
coming out
serious
over on
pain
the
whenever he
DSP
does
Throwback
this shit.
channel once Final Fantasy 13 concludes. Okay.
Marathon, aka secret
All
fundraiser.
right. Well,
Try to pull the wool over our
that's
eyes.
about all the housekeeping stuff I think I needed to talk about today. And all right, guess what? It's time for my favorite segment. It is time for your favorite segment. It is time for everyone's favorite segment here on the Level 1 podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for DSP News. And we have a good amount of stories to
I'm not high enough for this. I need to get high.
It is absolutely crazy good news in regards to the Fallout TV series. So now it has been out for over 2 weeks. I think now it's like 16 days, something like that. Or, it's something like that. And it has reached over 65 million views on Prime Video in a little over 2 weeks. This is the second most watched TV show on Prime Video ever. I wonder if you guys know what the most watched show on Prime Video is.
The Boys.
But it's the second most watched ever. This is great. No, they weren't anticipating this level of success for the show.
It's a good show. I like it.
Exceeded
I've been watching it.
expectations of what they wanted the show to do. So they are absolutely stoked with how well it did. Some people are guessing. Handmaid's Tale, The Chris Pratt Show, Lord of the Rings, Invincible, Rings of Power. The answer is yes, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power did better.
Really?
However, what people don't realize is that Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power started off strong and actually lost viewership. The real reason Lord of the Rings got the views it did is because it's Lord of the Rings. It has a giant viewer base. There's 6 movies, right, that all did well.
The Hobbit.
And a humongous worldwide reader base of the books. So they all went in droves when they heard there's a TV series based on Lord of the Rings. They all went to watch. By the end of the show, most people didn't actually like it that much. So it had giant views based on the hype. But likely what's going to happen is if they do a season 2, it probably won't have nearly as many viewers. It was like
even if he wasn't a slob, it's not visually appealing.
With Fallout, it's the opposite. A lot of
I
people
don't
went
get
into
it, man.
not knowing if
I
they
don't
were gonna
know.
like it,
I
and they
also
were
watch ASMR
pleasantly
videos
surprised and want more.
of personal attention and
Season 2 will
chiropractic
have more
stuff.
viewers than season 1.
Most people are not going to understand it. I find it
Now,
relaxing. So, I mean, different
following
strokes, different
up
folks, I guess.
on that, okay? Todd Howard,
Here we go.
okay, coming out in interviews, says the following. Number one, he says, the next season of the Fallout TV show will not retcon the Fallout New Vegas game. That the Fallout New Vegas game will be in line with the plot of the show. So that's why it takes place after. So whatever you see in the show will be canon. The canon ending of Fallout New Vegas is coming in season 2.
I've never played New Vegas, so I have no frame of reference.
Fallout fans, people are definitely going to want to see what was the canon
I used to
ending.
listen to a guy playing with Transformer toys. The clicking made great background noise when paired with chill rave music. Hey,
Todd Howard has hinted
you know,
the fact that
it's
even though
so weird. The oddest things
Fallout 5 is
kind of
nowhere
like put
on the
us
horizon.
at ease.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm completely.
They want,
That's
and when
literally
they say
called
they mean
ASMR,
Bethesda,
where you
want
listen
more
to
Fallout
sounds
content and titles to come
that
out faster.
calm you down.
In fact, he even mentioned like the words fast tracking.
And there's
he's
actually
hinting at the
some
fact that since obviously
ASMR
Bethesda
artists
is
out there
inundated
on
with what they're
YouTube
doing,
that
right
Their
now with
ASMR
games like the
triggers
Elder
is what
Scrolls,
they call
that
it.
they may
Is
have
them
other
eating.
companies
I don't
work on
understand
Fallout
that.
instead.
Like, if you're gonna chew with your damn mouth closed.
I would say Obsidian, you know, who made New Vegas. The problem is because Bethesda neglected Obsidian and told them, no, don't make a spin-off game of Elder Scrolls. No, don't make another game of Fallout. Obsidian is making their own game called Avowed. So, really, I don't think Obsidian would have the manpower to make a fast-track Fallout game, honestly. So I'm a little, I mean, is it good news? Yes, but it's also nervous news. And the reason I say it's nervous news is, I hate to say it, when you fast-track a game in these days, that probably means flipping assets that they already have. I mean, the newest assets they have are Fallout 76, and that game is old. Do you really want to see a new Fallout game come out with the same graphics and assets of the games that are already out?
If it's good, I don't care. I
really want to do that. I want a new one. You know what I mean? And in addition, if they rush it, I mean, like Bethesda games don't already have enough
Other places
issues
saying,
right?
Even his regulars aren't buying his pity party takes. Sleepy Squid in Phil's actual chat said, car registration sounds like a weird thing to be surprised about. Is it not the same day every year in your state?
Would be have a company like Obsidian or another company that has similar capabilities work on the next spin-off game and have it come out.
Ooh, Sunspot Gallery with a excellent take. Stellar Blade. I can't play that filth. It's all about ass. Shitty kids crab game. Don't judge it on looks.
It depends on, I guess, how high scale and high end do they go.
That's a repost.
With season 2 being in New Vegas, and you know, do they go all out with crazy sets and stuff? You know. I could
Notice in his rambling, says Poem's Future, that he's not even asking for money because he needs it. He's asking simply because he wants it and would technically, it would technically help him.
I think it is that they released a TV show that is now a hit, and the newest content they have to offer anyone is around 8 to 9 years old to say, hey, go play Fallout. I mean, it's dunce level shit. Todd Howard should be fucking ashamed that he's running that studio so poorly.
Oh, fuck off, Phil.
Dumbest fucking move I've seen. Release a series that's now a hit and we have nothing to offer anyone but old games. What a fucking moron. So anyway, let's see what happens with this. I'm sure what's going to end up happening now is they're going to be scrambling and clamoring, oh shit, we got to make Fallout, and we're going to see what happens. You know, I just hope they put it into competent hands, because here's the problem with this. If they put it into the wrong hands, and the Fallout game that comes out is a rushed, botched job piece of crap, then there's no point. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Why put out a piece of dog shit instead of nothing? I'd rather have nothing than dog shit.
Then you make the game, Phil. Then you make the game.
Fallout 3 again or whatever. I'd rather play good ones than a rushed piece
Why
of
is
crap
Havoc Energy Drink liking my tweet? Hi, it's your new favorite energy drink, crafted for gamers, made with love. We ship worldwide. Apply for sponsorship on site. No
listen
thanks.
To this one.
No thanks.
Tell me if this story makes any sense.
Didn't Microsoft say they won't allow future Bethesda games to come out half cooked? Well, they say that. They say that.
I know it's in the United
That's good
States.
PR, but what they do behind the scenes, completely different.
An adult arcade line. You go there. There's a whole bunch of video games. There's ticket games. There's redemption games. But also there's
redemption
a bar.
Games 22. Am I right?
Sit down restaurant with food and drink. And it's meant to be like.
And yeah, say what you will about Bethesda, I feel it would still surpass what Phil would shit out 10 times out of 10.
So, just listen to this story.
Okay? Yeah, listen.
They have
guys.
announced customers can now make friendly wagers on the games at Dave & Buster's. So, for example, you can make a $5 bet on a game of Hot Shots basketball, or a bet on a skee ball competition.
This is why Phil wanted to bring it up, because he loves gambling. Loves gambling.
What?
Huh? What?
What does that even... What?
That means...
You can bet... So, you're in Dave & Buster's, and you see some guy playing the basketball. You walk up and say, hey, man, I bet I'm better at that than you. I bet you $5 that I'll sink more hoops than you. And he goes, let's do it. And you start shooting, and whoever wins, wins $5 from the other person or whatever, right?
Remember when he used to do money games in Street Fighter and lost $200 in a set?
Has a virtual card system. In fact, most arcades these days have virtual card systems. You don't go in there and actually put a token or a quarter into the machine.
I just hate the way that he enunciates these words.
I just walk up to the desk at the beginning of your visit, and you say, I would like to put so-and-so amount of money on my card. And they just scan a plastic card, and it's like a credit card basically, and boom, now you have credits.
If Phil
on
puts
there
all of his
that you
WWE
swipe
Champions money
all
into
the
an
machines,
index
and every
fund,
time you
he
play
would
a
be
game,
able
it
to
just takes
retire
the
by now.
credits
He's
off of
truly
your card
pathetic.
until
Big
eventually
facts.
it's down to
Smoking
zero.
is bad for your
So what
health.
they're
Big
basically saying
facts.
is now there's going to be some kind of an way
Especially when it's your own flesh you're smoking.
What I would like to do is
gamble
put some of my money
those
into a
credits
trust fund and
against
then make some money.
other
I mean,
people in the arcade. Okay.
you know,
Now, first of all,
I'm always trying to make that money. Yeah,
who's
yeah.
to say that this kind of thing doesn't happen anyway, but just with real money?
Who
Like, if you actually
Jesus
wanted to like
fucking
bet
Christ.
someone, wouldn't you say, "Hey, I bet you $5 I'll shoot more than you," and then you play and you're like, "Okay, here's $5 you won," or "All right, give me $5 I won." I guess the thing is enforcement. Like, if it's just two idiots doing it, and then someone says, "Well, I'm not paying," and they can just walk away and there's nothing there. I
Oh,
guess you can meet in the
bounties.
parking lot
You
and pick
know,
them
like
up
when
and
he
take
was
the
playing
money.
Warzone.
But I don't think that Dave and Buster's would have any involvement in that. You
How
know
many
what I'm
subscribers do
saying?
you need
But-
to be able to make memberships, or how does that work? I'm
But
glad
for
you
me,
asked, because I'm
like when I hear this, it's like
drilling it
so let me
into
get this
everybody's
straight.
head. Let me look at
You are now
my
gonna take
YouTube
a
channel right
casual
now.
environment that's meant to be like have a few drinks,
Oh,
have some
man.
food, just play.
So
games
I
casually.
have
Yeah, every once in a while you have a
456
competition with your
subscribers. I
friend.
need to
Hopefully
have
better people.
500 subscribers
But now
to the
you're gonna
channel.
actually have
And
money involved. Right? You might say, well, it's not money; it's the credits. It's
me go
still
into my YouTube Studio
a
app.
currency that you have purchased. It may be a digital currency that only has value at Dave and Buster's, but it's still currency.
I'm currently at
See? I think that's how they're gonna skirt it. They're gonna say,
2,244
"Oh, it's
public
not
watch
gambling,
hours of the
because if it was gambling, it would be for real
3,000
money that you
needed
can
in
cash
order
out.
to get
Well, you can't
to
cash out at Dave and Buster's. Your money that
partner
you spend there, you've permanently spent there.
on YouTube.
All you're doing is transferring credits around accounts. So I think this is how they're actually going to skirt gambling laws, because you may not realize this, but there are very strict laws in place when it comes to gambling in the United States. Anything where there's a prize.
Thank you, Rooster. We'll get
or
there.
actual
We'll get there.
Money that puts in the hand has to be supervised.
I feel like I
You
put
have
out a
to
pretty
be
good
fair,
product.
that people
I
aren't
put a
gonna
lot of
go
work into the
off,
production
right?
values here. I'm deaf in one ear, so I make sure that I
Man,
have
can you
the
imagine
closed
that if it
captioning
was,
at the
like, if Dave
bottom.
and Buster's was skimming?
I have everything
Let's
kind
say,
of
for example,
thematically the same. I have the
you make a
same
$5
font that you
bet
see
against
up in
someone
the
skee
upper
ball.
left corner as you do
win,
down
and then you
here.
get $3. Wait, what happened? Oh, well,
Thank
Dave
you.
and Buster's keeps 2. They're skirting off the top.
I appreciate that.
So, see what I mean? Like,
And
if there
essentially
was
everything
real
that I
money
do is a
involved,
complete and direct opposite
that
of
would
what
be
Phil
considered
does.
something that needs to be legally regulated, especially certain
He's
states
picking
in
at
the
himself
United
again.
States are very
Gross.
strict on gambling.
What is he
But
going to wipe it
because
off on?
it's digital and it's the in-store
Digital?
currency, I actually
I have a
think
couple of backgrounds too.
that
This
it's
guy's so
gonna be
boring. I'm
different.
going to show off.
Like, they're going to say, oh, that's how it skirts the law, and therefore it doesn't need to be regulated, right?
Huh?
But let's be honest here. When you have a legalized gambling that's going to happen, okay, here's what I see. A lot of problems. And here's why I see that. Because this place, Dave & Buster's, is not known
Check this out.
as a serious place.
I
People
have
go there
a
and they booze it
Wakando.
up. Like, they'll go there, they'll hit the bar, they'll start drinking, and then they go play games all buzzed or drunk, which is fine as long as you're doing it responsibly. But now you're going to
I also have a
interject
Fallout set.
gambling into the mix. So essentially what you're saying is go there, be irresponsible,
I have a Mega Man
spend all
set.
your money, right? Drink up a storm, get drunk, and then gamble against people in these games, lose a ton, and lose all your money, all your credits that you spent.
I have a lot of
Like,
sets,
I don't
but
know,
I landed
to
on
me,
the
all I
Space
see is
Ghost set
problems.
because I love
I
Adult
can
Swim
just
in the early
imagine
90s.
now you're gonna hear
Or early 2000s,
stories
I'm
of
sorry.
Giant
I'm showing
fights
my
breaking
age.
out at Dave and Buster between
I'm the
people who
same age
gambling
as
and
this
got
guy,
pissed
by
with
the
each other.
way.
Oh, you cheated in this, and they start fist fights and shit because it's actually the money or credits on the line. Now again, you can't cash it out, but still, that's money you were going to spend there.
I'm
Imagine
British, so
you
drinking
go
up
on
a storm
date
sounds like it sounds.
and you get
Hold on.
buzzed.
I'm British, so
and you
drinking
now
up a
play
storm
5
sounds like a
games of
good
skee-ball
time.
against the
Add in
guy,
arcades, and
you
it's
lose
even
all the
better.
money you were supposed to
Aquatine
spend
is
on
the
the
best.
date.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of
You
Aquatine. And in
gambled it all
fact,
away.
I do have an
Now
Aquatine
you
set
can't
too.
even have your date. And your date's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
If I can find
You
it.
see what I'm saying? Like, what? It's kind of changing the entire notion of what Dave and Buster's is supposed to be. Again, I'm not saying that there weren't always gambling at places like this, but it was never meant to be serious. This could make it a serious thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I got a
to
lot of
me,
sets.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I switch
I
them
think
in
they're
and out
changing
when
the
I
very
get
notion
bored.
of what Dave and Buster's is. Maybe it's Dave and Buster's is just really on a downswing.
And I have some sound effects.
Dancing is forbidden. Negative way. And maybe a brick and mortar business like this. Right?
I happen to find and discover marijuana and Adult Swim at the same time, so
and now
that unlocks a core memory for me.
Have them gamble in skee ball and basketball. Like what? And plus the other thing is, who's going to be supervising? And what I mean by that is, how does this work?
And I also, instead of having to regurgitate my schedule
next to you by 500
over and over and over again,
who supervises to make sure you won and you got your winnings for what was bet?
I actually have this. Check it out. Rather be. What is up? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for hanging out.
Update on Game Pass. Here's the Game Pass games that are hitting Game Pass in early May. For those who have Game Pass like me.
Looks good. Has more effort than Phil has put in during his 16 years.
Have a nice
And that
day.
takes less time to share when you need to.
Yep. But it's out today.
So like when I get a raid on Twitch,
May 2nd,
or if someone wants to know what my channel is all about,
Tomb Raider Definitive Edition,
I can just press a button on my Stream Deck and there you go.
What you guys were telling me to play just a few months ago?
So instead of the guy
remake of Tomb Raider, it's
constantly bringing up his schedule during his level 1 podcast.
Right? I don't know. But if it is, I mean, that's interesting because it just came out a few months ago and I didn't play it. Maybe I would eventually play it via this.
Hey, Marionette, thank you so much. Fellow After Hours Discord member. You too can be a card-carrying member of the After Hours Discord. We share pictures of cats and memes and food.
I have no idea what the hell that is. All right.
You can join us right there.
The 9th of May, Little Kitty Big City. Now, if you don't know,
and there is no freakery in the Discord. Okay? We are not Wings of Redemption.
My React show from
We are not
Sunday.
Redemption Games.
I think it's part 2. I actually watched the trailer for it. And the best way that I can describe this game is it looks to me like it's Untitled Goose Game.
But I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. It takes a little bit of time in order to get all of this working.
Their mannerisms, their attitudes, silly things that they do because their playfulness and inquisitiveness, but also they're causing mischief in this game. They're tripping humans and doing silly things. So
what is he talking about?
It looks like a cute game with puzzle structure, and it could be a fun one if you like a game like Untitled Goose Game. It looks like it's in that vein. So give it a look on the 9th. I might actually check it out because it looks interesting to me. On the 14th of May, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Kinda Sav says DSP is mad at Dave & Buster's for encouraging drinking and gambling. You know, 2 things he hates and never does himself.
So I don't know if this is the remaster or not. It's not clear. I guess I'll have to look into it. But anyway, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is super good. I played it many, many, many years ago when it was first released on Xbox Live as a digital release. And
Taking L's on Twitter says we're all bickering over whether the chargebacks are real or not. Alternative perspective. It's hilarious either way. Either one, Jeff grew some balls and decided 20,000K to Pig Daddy was $200 too much. Or 2, it's all made up and we just reached a brand new level of begging desperation. I'm starting to think number 2.
Xbox is going to have a major showcase coming up of their content.
In an Outer Place says Dave & Buster's is an arcade for adults. What kind of place could you take a date?
This is the
kind of place you could take a date. Yes, you took Kat on a date there, didn't you?
Replacement for the E3 show. All right. And so they are going to be showing off tons of things from Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios.
I heard that they could be fake as a new pity scam. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of leaning on.
That I've ever seen.
If DSP is talking, he is lying.
For something, okay? What they decided to do was show a poster that says, "It's time for the Redacted Direct." The what? Ugh. So it shows a logo, and then obviously there's a name, and they blocked it off with a black line of like marker, and then down here it says something direct, and that's crossed off with a black line of marker, and then it says from developer, and they crossed off that too. But it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You could just, all you need to do is squint and you can tell it's just
Jesus.
the fact thought that it would be like, 'cause
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Help me in welcoming my student at the MCW Pro Wrestling Training Center. Hype the Commentator is in the house. What up, pimp?
Let's do a little creative thing. We'll block the title out. We'll just call it the Redacted Direct, and they won't know what it is till the actual direct starts.
What up, pimp? How are you, my friend? Thank you for cashing in that John Cena jump scare. I didn't need those last 5 minutes of my life. You completely shaved them off. Ladies and gentlemen, every day we got them. True.
So out of touch. So anyway, what
Thank
it
you,
looks
Canada.
like,
I try to keep a good mindset about it. Whenever I get upset or whenever I get mad about something, I just get high, and then I'm okay.
Like 7 years of Modern Warfare. So anyway, mark your calendars. All right.
You could still say the sky is blue
right now,
and I'll still look out the window to check. Yo. Oh my god.
June 9th.
June the King. Oh, wait, nope. How are you, pimp? Hype the Commentator. And Jess Cup is in the house. What is up?
Pacific time.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cover it.
About to make lunch and then get ready to make my way to the school. Love to hear it.
I will likely cover it.
Love to hear it.
Meaning we'll probably watch it together live on the React channel. And then I'll probably do a recap.
I do believe we have a brand new member of the MCW Pro Wrestling production.
You know, to summarize what we just saw or whatever. So that day, I'm
glad to hear that you are well as well, Jess, the MVP of this in every stream.
Which means, of course, that
hung out with us earlier today
my React show every Sunday
for the Stepmania stream.
This is on Sunday. What are you going to do? I guess that means it would bump my React show to the Monday after. There's nothing I can really do about that.
Yeah, there is. You make your own schedule,
okay,
pimp.
So yes, there will be probably a live React to that event on that Sunday, June 9th. Okay? Cool. Last story of the day, and then we can get to shout outs and some Q&A interaction. You ready for this? Square Enix is expected to recognize a 22.1 billion yen loss in content abandonment.
I do believe,
what that means is that they had a board meeting on March 27th, and the board of directors voted to revise the group's approach to development of high-definition games, meaning, I guess that would mean not mobile games, with the intention of being more selective and focused in the allocation of development resources. So basically,
what kind of makes me mad is that this guy reads the same internet that I'm reading right now. I can get on the same internet and I could do the same thing.
Dropping certain games that they were working on.
Let's fucking go. Kenny is a G. Yeah, he seems to be very motivated to do well.
If you take a look at
all we gotta do is beat the mark out of him, you know?
A lot of people seem to be thinking that this is massively going to affect games as a service.
Facts. I check blogs multiple times a day for news, so why would I need him? Big facts.
Investing quite a lot of money
real truth right there.
And now they have no actual confidence in it. Other speculation is that a lot of people are saying,
yeah, he'll get there.
Because if you
I think it's just a matter of being the type of person to pitch other people's stuff and instead of pitching your stuff.
Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, PS5 exclusive. And by making everything exclusive, they keep shooting themselves in the foot because they're not appealing.
It's blatant filler. He's got nothing else to talk about. How much do you guys want to bet? How much do you all want to bet that he goes into Q&A because he's going to run out of things to talk about?
And it's not working. But you know what's funny about that? All right? I'm just
what's funny is about what is funny is he's picking at himself constantly. It's disgusting.
Did not perform well on the console graphically. It did not. Many times the graphics would chop up, the frame rate would be low. No matter what mode you had.
Phil, you're pissing me off. In Final Fantasy 16, you could do performance mode, and then you could do
console exclusive. Can you imagine them now trying to make that game cross-platform? Can you imagine them trying to get that to work on the Series
Can you
X,
imagine, Phil?
Right?
Do you even know how to produce a game?
I hate to say it, but in my opinion, and this is just my opinion.
Oh, good.
Things are not like it used to be.
Thank you for the disclaimer.
The problem was essentially the technology. Like, the game developers had ideas and things they wanted to do, and the tech hadn't caught up with it yet. So therefore, the things didn't run well or whatever. No, I don't think that's the case anymore. I think that the hardware we're using is fine, as evidenced by the fact that there are many games that run beautifully.
Stop, Phil. Didn't he go on a spurt out because he was saying that we need a PlayStation Pro because the original PlayStation 5 is not
I don't think that
working
the quality
as
of game
intended.
development today
Get the
is
hell
as
out of
good
here.
as it used to be. And I think a lot of the fact has to do with the way that they develop games, the time frames they're forced to work to, the milestones they're forced to hit, the amount of crap they're forced to wedge into the game that management wants them to have in there that probably bloats the game and makes it fucked up.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Fact, but I think it's true. I don't think that we're seeing the level of expertise and mastery of the form of game development anymore because that model doesn't even exist. The companies
This guy
like
is
Square
completely
Enix
speaking
probably
from a
doesn't
place of
even want
ignorance.
their game devs to be that good.
I can't.
To be able to make those masterpieces. You know what I'm saying? They just want the game to pump out and make them profit. So they lose everything else in the mix in the process, you know? You can't have
Get off your high horse. Jesus
a
Christ.
situation where you're trying to get people to rush out new games, right? But then expect those games to be amazing and flawless and perform well. So what ends up happening is, all right, well, make it so that it
DSP
only
now
for
wants
one
games
console. Maybe
not
then
to
our
be
guys will able
exclusive,
to make
says
the game
Poems Future. A
run
year
much
ago, he
better
was
or
saying
whatever.
games need
I mean,
to be
even, I remember when Final
exclusives.
Fantasy VII Rebirth came out a few months ago. People were strongly criticizing the graphics, saying, why did the graphics
DarkSydePhil
look blurry and pixelated?
is
Because that's the
saying
corner
from
they had to cut.
Raw
The game
Phil's
actually
chat,
has
which
a
is what we're
variable
watching
frame rate
right here.
so that it will run.
Do
with the
we
amount of
want to
detail they
say
put into it
words
and all the
like
things
Dave
going on,
and
you know what I'm
Bust
saying?
so close
And
to
people
the
don't like that.
anniversary?
We want it to look good. We don't get it. We spent all this money on this
Smart.
fucking hardware, and you can't get the games to run good. What is going on in the modern era? And it's just truthful. When a game used to come out, it used to be they made their maximum effort to make that game shine and look good. And now the games come out and they're barely functional. They're choppy as fuck. They got tons of bugs. And then you expect that people are gonna care? Like, what did you think would happen? Right? I mean, seriously. Square Enix in particular. We know that a lot of their decisions in the last several years have not been very smart. The choices they made with putting them on a certain console. Final Fantasy 16.
Stones and glass houses,
As much as they
Phil.
want to tout that it was a sales
Glass and stone
dynamo,
houses.
it was not.
Or
They just said, oh, we did live up to our
Rocks and
expectations.
stones.
Okay?
Oh my God.
So your expectations
I'll
were
stop.
that it wasn't going to sell as well as other blockbusters? What does that mean? You know, they kind of screwed up with the direction that they went with their games for the last several years.
What's the direction, Phil? Which direction did we
you know,
go?
it sucks. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a fine game in my opinion. And
It's
it
an
has
excellent
undersold.
game. I
It has
love
absolutely
Final Fantasy
undersold. All
VII
reports
Rebirth.
are
I
the
will-
game is
I
a
will
huge
destroy
sales,
anybody on the
failure for
internet
them. They
who
were
disagrees
expecting
with
this to be
me.
their big
Final
one
Fantasy
for this
VII is
year,
great.
and it has not performed anywhere near what they had wanted it to be. And why is that?
Why?
Is it because it's a second in a row PlayStation 5 exclusive? You can only play Final Fantasy on PlayStation right now? Is it because
PlayStation 5 is outperforming
it
Xbox
released
in terms of
in
sales.
the middle of an insane amount of other RPGs that already
I've yet to
stole
play it,
its
but I
thunder?
plan on.
You know,
I
Baldur's
plan
Gate
to get a
3,
PS5 soon to
Like the
grab it. I
Dragon,
highly recommend it.
Persona 3
I highly
Reload,
recommend it, my
the
friend.
Grand Blue
And what I
Fantasy,
would recommend is
game, and then right
when I
after
got
it
my
was Dragon's Dogma
PlayStation
2.
5, it was
Is that
during the
what
height
happened?
of
Like, what is
the
the reason?
mania
'Cause
of getting the
Remake
PlayStation
was a
5.
humongous success for
My
them.
lovely
Coming off
significant
of the
other
heels of
not
a
only
huge success,
secured a
it makes no
PlayStation
sense the
5 for
sequel would
me,
then be a
but
failure.
delivered it onto
So
me,
what happened
dressed
there,
up
right? And
in
I
her
think that's
finest
what they have to
Tifa
do is
attire.
They have to start looking at those kind of factors and figure out where are they going wrong.
Big fan of that.
Because when you are scrapping $120 million of investment into games, you're just saying, fuck those games, we're not making them anymore. That's bad. That just shows
That was
really
nice
bad
of her and
management.
good choice.
Their
Tifa
leadership
is the
doesn't know what
best
they're doing.
girl. See, I
They're
see.
focusing on
You're
the
also a
wrong
person of culture. Big ups.
And they need to
Big
right
ups,
the
mi
ship.
amigo.
I hope they do. I like Square Enix games. I
You
don't
say
wanna
Paul
see Square Enix
Canada.
go
Are you
under
a Canadian?
'cause
If you don't
they're
mind me
fucking
asking, you
up.
don't have to dox yourself
they've
if you don't
already
want
sold
to.
off a bunch of their IPs, you know, and now I want to see them in the future succeed and get better. I don't want to see them crash and burn. So I certainly hope that doesn't happen. Okay? All right, guys, that was a lot of game news. I told you we had a lot today. And there we go. We're
It felt
finally done with
longer.
it. So now,
Yeah, but I live in England. Oh,
let
there
us
you go.
switch over to some
I was
shout
born in
outs and
Canada,
Q&A
but my
discussion.
parents moved back
All
to
right?
England when I was 5. Well,
we're gonna
big
start
ups.
on the YouTube side of things.
Big
To be
ups. What
frank,
time is it
all
over
we have
there?
right now is
It's
YouTube side.
literally
We don't have any tips
3:15
yet.
p.m. over
Let's
here,
see what
Eastern
people are
Standard
talking
Time of the
about
good
here.
old
We got
US of A.
First super chat of the day came in from No Tango Dinero.
Oh!
It said, happy to spend my birthday partying with the boys. Well, No Tango Dinero, happy birthday to you. Thank you very much for the super chat.
I think that's a
And,
LARP.
I'm
That's a
excited
LARPer.
to spend the day with all of you. So thank you so much. We had someone named Proxy Land Giraffe who did a super chat that I guess is supposed to be an insult, but I don't even understand it. Just listen. Shout out to Atlas. Enjoy the pittance, Phil. All right, shout out to Atlas. Okay, shout out to Atlas. They make fine games. Enjoy the pittance, Phil.
No, it's
You
Atlas the
paid
bookkeeper.
me and then called it pittance.
It's a pittance.
You do realize I make a living doing this, right?
Yes, but he
Saying-
spent the beginning
You
of the
may
stream
think it's
talking about
pittance.
how he needs money. He
I
really
make
does.
a living sitting here in front of a camera, talking to an audience, hanging out and playing games. So
Alex the Lion,
fine,
what is
if
up,
you wanna
pimp? Happy
think
to
that it's
have
like,
you.
haha,
Another
pittance,
stream,
I have a
yes.
good life. So thanks for the pittance, because it adds up to a good life, and I appreciate that. I don't know why you said something that
8:16
stupid.
p.m. Wow. Big ups.
No
Big
Tango
ups.
Dinero did another super chat. Thank you for that, No Tango Dinero.
Why would
And
Phil
then
say
Jordan
Atlas's name
with a
make
super
good
chat saying
games
Stardew
when he
Valley.
raised
Perhaps,
Quake
we're
Persona
gonna do
3
the
on the
Marathon,
final
which is looking
boss?
more and more like we're going
True.
to do.
So true. You make a
then-
living begging and guilt tripping
Yeah,
people
Stardew
with
Valley would
Velcro
absolutely
wallets. Big facts.
be a
Big
contender,
facts.
right? And, hopefully,
To the point where they
we'll get a
called him
good
out on
variety
Twitter
of
or
games that are
YouTube.
nominated
Can't
by
remember which it
people. And by the way,
was.
no, that's not open yet. We're just kind of, deciding now what we're going to do in
Big
regards
facts.
to that. So,
And thank you so
we'll
much,
see,
Canada and
but-
Chicken Rooster
yeah,
over on the YouTube
yeah,
side of
Stardew
things for
Valley would
helping me
absolutely
get
be
this
eligible.
channel
In
to
fact,
partner.
I own Stardew Valley on PC on Steam.
Really
I've
does
had it
mean
for
a
many
lot. I'm a
years because
professional
I did it
wrestler,
in
by the
England
way.
about
Hype the
100 years
commentator
ago.
over on
So
Twitch
there you go.
is
I'm
one
sure
of my
it's probably,
students
like,
in the
different
production
now.
side of
They've added
things.
So much shit to it and everything. I bet
All
they
of the
did.
production that you see over here is also
so like I
stuff that
said,
I contribute to
that's what we
MCW
got
Pro
so
Wrestling.
far.
That's where my
no
home
tips to
promotion
shout
is.
out.
Ah,
Just to
no
remind
tips,
you,
get fucked.
Sadly, I have received tons of chargebacks yesterday.
Here we
So
go. Oh,
really
I
need to
thought he
have a
wasn't
good day
talking
today
about
and
this all
tomorrow.
day.
If you like me and my content, please support it today and tomorrow. All right. But anything is appreciated right now.
I thought he wasn't going to bring it up.
Obviously, hitting the tips.
I'm gonna
goals
tweet about
would be
this.
huge
I gotta
for
tweet
today
about
and
this.
tomorrow. So please support if you can. Fair enough. Okay. That's all I've got for now.
All right,
So now
I
we'll
lost it.
open up the chat to some Q&A, or if any contributions come in, I will shout them out.
Yeah, shut them
So,
out.
thank you, and let's see what you guys have to chat about today.
Mr. $225 of chargebacks is going to ruin me, giving me Square Enix business advice. Thank you, In and Outer Place. Poem's Future says, according to DSP, Rebirth sold poorly
Joel
during
says
its
that
launch
Bethesda
window
could bridge
because
the
it was a
wait and build up
PlayStation
anticipation for
exclusive.
Fallout
Philip,
5
guess
by
what remake
remastering
was?
Fallout 3
Guess how
New Vegas
remake sold?
alongside
True.
the show, capitalizing on Fallout merch would be the smart move. They supposedly already have a Fallout 3 redo in the works. If you
DSP
remember,
called
there was a
Elden
big
Ring a
leak last year
FromSoft style game,
during
says
the court
Poem's Future.
proceedings
It's a
where Microsoft was
FromSoft
trying
game,
to
Philip.
buy Activision Blizzard, and there were people suing to stop it. And basically, during the court proceedings, they accidentally uploaded the files to the wrong place. Yes, I know that sounds really stupid, but they did. So a bunch of internal documents that should not have leaked did. And one of the internal documents had stated that a Fallout 3 remake was in the works and was going to come out, relatively soon. So we have no data. Since that leak, they haven't really spoken on that or any updates on it. So we don't know if that's still the plan or whatever.
Hype, by the way, I haven't eaten anything today. I'm feeling a
I
little
guess we'll
lightheaded.
see as we get further
I have
in. But
taco
would-
salad waiting for me.
I would personally love a Fallout 3 remake. I don't know if they would do it. Like, how would they do it? Would they take Fallout 3 and put it in the engine of Fallout 4 or Fallout 76? Would they have a whole new engine?
God, this
In which
hurts.
case, it's more of almost a new game than a remake, right? Like, how could they do it? I definitely don't want it to just be Fallout 3 with 60 frames, because you can already do that, right? Like, didn't they already upgrade the game to be that on Xbox Series of consoles? I think they did. I don't know because I haven't played it yet, but I think they did. So I would say, they have to do something. I'm okay if they do it with the classic game. I'm totally okay with that. Because, by the way, this new audience coming in from the TV show need to have the background. And right now, the only way they can get the background
no,
for the
they
series
don't
is to
really.
play incredibly
No, they
outdated
don't.
older games. They're great games, don't get me wrong, but they're very old and outdated. And so to have that presented
I
to a
used to be
modern
the
audience
type
in a
of
better
person
way
that
probably
wanted
makes sense,
the
but what is the better way
adaptation to
that they
be
can do
beat for
quickly
beat, note
without
to
having a
note,
5-year dev
everything
cycle
that the
to fucking
game
do it?
was.
'Cause again,
But now
this is
I
the problem with
realize
Bethesda
that
we found out during the
television
development
and
of
video
Starfield.
games are
It's
two
been
different
leaked. One of the people who were
mediums,
the head devs of Starfield
and
quit the
I
company
actually
and revealed
prefer
this.
the
The entire
format of
company is bloated
television,
and full
like
of bureaucracy,
Last of
and you can't get
Us
anything
and
done. Because we said we
Fallout
needed a
and
chair to be rendered for the game. It take you like a month to 2
Twisted
months to get a chair
Metal,
rendered.
bro.
You have
All
to
of
go through
those games
17
were,
departments
all
and
of those
approval and
game
shit. It's
shows
just a
were
nightmare.
awesome.
Bureaucracy over there, the way they set their company up, it's horrible. It's like a dog shit company to work for.
DarkSydePhil,
Can you imagine?
successful businessman, telling every other company that they're fucking idiots.
What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Phil? Let's drink up.
So, for me, my take, I want something good, but man, I want something that's worth the time. I don't want them to poop out a turd, but at the same time, they definitely should get something out fast. And if that means it needs to be another studio, even if it's a remake of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I'm totally on board for that. I'd be happy for that. Just give us
in
something
that
to
T-pose, boy.
to capitalize on this Fallout
Let's
maintenance,
hit that
right?
wicked T-pose.
Okay. Polixification, thank you for the membership. And Well Swayed, 3 months as a member, says suggestion box, please. Spoonbox. Spoonbox? We don't have time. It's 12:20. Sorry. The news. I knew we were gonna have a lot of news today to go over. It took a while to get through it. I received my first tip of the day.
Ooh.
And it is a very generous $30 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you to Dan the Man for the very first
Fuck
tip
off,
of the
Dan
day.
the Man.
Enjoy this very embarrassing animation of me. That's the showing me dancing around. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much, Dan. That will help a lot. And that gets us really close to our tier 1 tips goal already for the day, just to start. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for nothing, Dan the Man.
Very embarrassing. Okay. What's the highest level tip animation? I don't even know. 200. I have a $200 tip animation.
Who would?
Who? So we've got.
Who would give this guy $200?
$5, $10. Excuse me. $420, $5, $666, $10, $20, $30, $50, $100, $150, and $200.
DarkSydePhil should be paying me to watch his shit.
So there you go.
Here we go again.
Thank you, Jess. I know that's right.
I have no enemy. Says he's excited for more Another Crab's Treasure. He downloaded the game on his Series X and he's loving the vibe of it. And he says also he's liking Sandland. It's addictive. I'm feeling a little sad because, you know, I'm a fan of Akira Toriyama. I love his work. You know, all his games are great. And this Sandland game, I don't hear a single person talking about it anywhere. And I follow the gaming trends and everything. And I think it just kind of released at a time when other things are massively overshadowing it. Again, people have massive RPG fatigue right now, and the hype things right now are so hype. Like Fallout is hype, Helldivers 2 is still holding strong, and I feel like it just kind of, it's for a niche audience and maybe they're enjoying it, but man, I hear nothing about this game, and it's been out for a few days now. I haven't seen anyone really covering it or talking about it or anything. So I hope that doesn't end up being a forgotten game, especially because Mr. Toriyama has passed away, and this would have been like his like legacy final game or whatever.
Or whatever.
I don't know.
All his games were great. Phil Toriyama was primarily a manga mangaka.
David H says Square Enix has a new president. He's redoing everything. You're just gonna have to give him a few years.
Yes, he helped with games, but he was known for his manga, like Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball. Yep, and his character designs, like Chrono Trigger.
Is the consistent product that's keeping them alive while everything else is floundering. I don't know.
Wrong, Phil. Final Fantasy 14
Why
is
not do
doing
a modern
great.
fighting game event of older games this past decade, like Tekken 7, DOA 6, Street Fighter 4 Ultra, MK10, and so on? Because who would care about that, Felix the May?
Oh my God, Jesus, what an asshole! Why? Just like, I don't feel like doing it
right now.
But no, he has to say it in like the worst way possible.
Right? You probably get only a few people who are left playing it, and it's probably the people who've been playing it since day one and never stopped. They would just sit there and body me, destroy me with stuff I don't even understand what it is. Right? Same thing, like Tekken and all that. Like, you can't just stay away from a fighting game.
Someone's getting a manual lean.
Go back to it. And then play people and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun hanging. I'm gonna be competitive. No, you're not. You're going to get slapped around. You know, like that's kind of the
play the game, get better at it. I don't
understand what you're talking about. Like, what kind of event
online.
would this be? Would this be a marathon? Would this be a series of streams? Would this be offline play, online play? You need more information.
If you don't understand something, learn. True. True.
Okay.
I'm picking at myself too.
$4.20 tip.
Ooh.
Someone says, hello, Phil. Find me at 420. I'm about to consume a vast quantity of recreational goodness, so wish me luck. Much love from the Midwest. Well, thank you, whoever that is. No name associated with that. But enjoy your partaking of hydroponics. That is indeed what you're doing. Just do it in a safe environment.
You need to
sure
be
have some
high
bags
in
of
order.
Funyuns nearby. They're very delicious at that point. Trust me.
You need to be high to deal with this
Blue
shit.
Jungle, thank you for a super
I
chat.
draw in my spare time. If a
Says,
friend does
the
something
support
cool visually,
projections
I want
are
to learn what they
looking good.
did and how.
Let's
Hey, we
go.
have another
If
artist
you
in the
say
house.
so.
Let's go.
I don't
I'm
have
also
support
an
projections. I'm
artist.
happy to get
I draw
support
weeb
anytime.
shit, anime.
But, thank you, Blue
My
Jungle, for the
art
super
teacher
chat.
made me do
What is up,
3
B-boy?
years
How
of
are you
fine
today?
arts
Welcome to the
before
stream.
they
Are you
would
gonna hang out
have me
for
do
Brother
cartooning
Crab's Treasure?
when I was in high school. And I mean, I had my iPad and the Apple Pencil. And,
I don't know about that. I have no enemy says, even though you don't seem interested in it, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero could be the last Dragon Ball Z game for a long time because of the unfortunate passing of Akira Toriyama.
Wrong.
Did he have a hand in it though, or did he just?
He made the
does he just
fucking
sign off
IP,
on the rights
idiot.
to his IP, right? Like, if he is the creator of Dragon Ball,
I never
First
went
of
to
all,
art
does he
school.
even
I've been
own it?
learning in my spare
Is he
time.
a
Well, big
partial
ups,
owner?
man. Big ups. I love hearing that shit. And that's
a
real.
lot of Dragon Ball stuff out there.
That's some real
You just think
shit.
that, like, he probably doesn't have his hand in everything,
I love that.
and I'm sure there was a
fellow
plan.
artist. We have a bunch of
right?
artists
I'm sure
that come
there was a
through,
plan
hang out,
that
and they all try to sell me their graphic
if we
design
passed,
stuff,
that
and I'm like,
you know,
bro,
the ownership would go
I'm
to
the
someone
graphic
else, either a
designer.
family
Leave me
member
alone.
or a company, something, right? A trust. So I don't think that this is gonna be the last game. I think this is gonna, I
oh
think it's gonna
god,
continue.
this
Dragon Ball
podcast
still
is
retains its
killing
popularity
me.
to this day, which is crazy.
I listen to your vids when I draw, or I'm doing my job. Oh my god, you are the fucking best. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so
I love
what else
that.
you guys want to talk about? We have a little bit of time, not a lot, but a little bit of time left. Anyone else have topics to
Thank you.
discuss?
It's Q&A time, boys. Scanning that chat.
What's up, Big Shooter? How are you? Welcome.
Is Jade
How's it
there?
going? Here for another Crab's Treasure.
I was listening to your last Phil video earlier when I was at work. Oh man, thank you so much. That video blew up. That video blew up. I was getting good views on that, and I consistently get
See,
better
I played all the Dragon
numbers
Ball games for the
doing
last, like, decades. That's why I'm
DSP
burnt out. Like,
videos.
I played,
My first love, obviously, is my Step Mania streams. I play Dance Dance Revolution. It's
I tried,
it's a morning routine
what
of
do you
mine
call
every
it?
Monday through Friday. I love Dance Dance Revolution. I've been playing it for
man,
20
I'm having
years.
a brain fart.
And then I do
Ball
have late
Xenoverse
night
and
chill
Xenoverse
streams,
2,
just like
which
Phil
are almost
does,
exactly
where I
the same
play
game.
Final
And
Fantasy
then it
7.
was the Dragon Ball Z Fighters
Sometimes
game.
I
And then
indulge
recently
in
there was
Final
Dragon
Fantasy
Ball
14.
Kakarot,
I've been playing Final
right?
Fantasy
I've
16.
played all of
I don't
them.
know
So
if you
for
noticed
me,
a pattern or
I'm kinda burnt
not.
out on all of this. I'm completely burnt out, and it's to the point where it's just like I'm not very interested anymore in Dragon Ball.
And it's cool too, because like that kind of like makes me feel better that I was able to invest in getting this very expensive
Thanks for the
microphone.
super chat.
And I'm
I
still
have
trying to-
absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
So it's
It
a
sure
troll.
sounds like drama though, so I think I'm just going to abstain from it. I have no clue what you're speaking of. All I know is I'm not involved in anything you're talking about. So if you're trying to cause drama, congrats on the attempt. It didn't work. I really have no idea.
What an asshole.
I have no involvement in anything you're speaking of, nor will I. So
What was the
Okay.
chat though? I need to go to Twitter and find this out. I'm too afraid to.
is Kat enjoying Fallout
Rewind.
4? What build does she have? Yes.
She's got a big build.
She's playing a more guns build with intelligence and persuasion.
DSP
She's
stops the
persuading
pre-stream to
everyone
read out every
constantly in
dollar amount for a tip
conversation. Well, I'm doing the
animation
opposite.
and then picks and
She's
wipes a zit
constant
on his
persuasion.
pants. Enjoy. Ugh.
So I think the crab game's on the same level as Lives of
A
P. I have
reminder,
no idea. We're
says
only 3
Pro's
hours
Future
in.
on Twitter.
The early game
Since
is
Phil
good,
lost
just a little bit of
$250, you now
wonkiness
need
when
to
it
give
comes to
him
platforming
$250
controls,
plus
where I seem like I
$100
click
minimum
around certain
to
things
make
and
up
the camera
for
is getting
both
kinda
the
stuck or
chargeback and his normal
it's a
streaming
little annoying.
day.
But
These are the
outside of
rules
that,
you
the
were.
gameplay
You
mechanics are
told
sound,
us
the world
about
design is sound.
how chargebacks work, Phil. I'm just going
We'll
off
see
your
as I get
previous
further in
words.
what I think. People person says, I honestly think this game is a gem, talking about the crab game, but I do think you're right. It's not going to get mega popular just because of the art style. I think that's really stupid. You got to give a game a chance despite its art style. At least give it a look, right? Maximum Turbo. Yes, I played Kakarot, and there's a full playthrough of the game right here on the channel you can check out from many years ago when it came out as a new release. However long that was, like, what, 5 years ago or something like that? I can't remember.
What an asshole. Way to promote your
I
channel.
received a $6.66 tip
Idiot.
from Gathering Hall Live. I forgot to include my name in the last one. Oh, you were the 420 tipper? Cool. Stellar Blade, any plans on looking into it? I get Bayonetta vibes from it. You obviously have not been around the channel for the last 2 months. All right? Here's the deal with Stellar Blade. The gameplay elements look good, right? They do, but there's a couple factors involved.
There's
Number
two titties and a whole bunch of ass.
I'm just not that much into that style of game. Like, for example, I've played Bayonetta 1 before and 2.
He's just afraid of the female
form. I didn't
form.
even like as much.
He's so deep in the closet, guys. By the way, Cat's a beard.
Devil May Cry games.
The community has
I thought it was all right.
put their heads together and realized that Cat
I think it's okay
is a beard.
for a quick playthrough, but it's not a big deal. Same thing with this game. You know, I'm not going
so
crazy.
Canada, if you don't mind me asking a question, if you're still here,
but I'm not going
what
nuts.
got you into the Detractorverse? What brought you into the fold? What got you to this corner of the
Sadly,
internet?
with the
You
art
know?
direction that they took for the game, with
He's
the
afraid
main
Cat will get
character
jealous and
being
leave him
over-sexualized
looking at women.
I know what's going to happen if I play.
He needs to
the
get
game,
him a girl that
we're
looks
gonna
at
have
women
people
with
in
you.
this chat constantly who are immature and constantly just objectifying the woman and talking about her constantly. Literally, this happens in games where that's not the focus.
Well,
right? That happens when I play
maybe you
Street
need
Fighter. That happens when I
to
play
mediate
Baldur's
and
Gate.
moderate.
And it was unbearable. I
Coomer.
was like, I don't
Darish.
want to put up with that. I don't want to be playing a game and trying
It was
to enjoy the
down
gameplay
the
elements
rabbit
of
hole
it.
video.
And
I caught
turned to
that.
the
Yep.
chat, and it's everyone talking about her
Ex
breasts
Mortis
and
was
her
my
ass and
introduction to the
sexualizing and
Vortex
having
because
sex
I
with her.
was.
It's like I just don't want to see it. I don't want to sit here and have to be a fucking parent to a bunch of immature people in the chat. So
He's
I
saying
purposefully
his
said,
chat's full of immature
well,
people.
Not super interested in the gameplay elements to begin with, and I know that's going to be immature stuff there, so I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm not playing it. Okay, which is fine. There's other things that I've been doing that are just as good, if not better. In fact, I'd argue the Fallout 4 playthrough is going very well for me. Now in the meantime, the game comes out, and what's the one actual thing that's being criticized about the game? The story. Everyone's basically saying, the story's just not very good. It's meant to be a game where the gameplay carries it, and of course, if you like the sexualization of the main character or whatever, there you go.
It's how I first
But
heard
the
of
story
Phil.
isn't that
Then
good.
into
So, like, so let me get this straight. It's the
2021,
opposite
I
of
saw a
Nier
random
Automata.
video about a
Because on
tax
the
scam he
surface,
did
Nier
and fell
Automata
into the
looks
snore
like a
tax.
game
I
where
like
it's just
Mortis's
fluff,
video,
if you
but I
actually
have to
start
skip the
playing
Phil
Nier
segments as I
Automata,
find him
you
hard
get
to
so
listen
immersed
to.
in this
Big ups.
really cool
Ex Mortis has an
story.
excellent
You wanna do the multiple
voice.
runs, you wanna do the multiple
And
playthroughs
yes, I
with
tend to
characters,
agree.
And then at
When
the end of the game, the
like
fourth
I
wall
had
breaking,
the latest Ex Mortis
hilarious
video
ending. I'm
up,
like, wow.
and
It's
I was also
super good,
very
not
high.
hilarious. I was gonna say,
And if there's one criticism that I can have on Ex Mortis's videos is that his DSP sections go too long, where it's just nonstop Phil talking.
From this game
and then I forget I'm watching an Ex Mortis video. I'm like, wait, what the hell am I doing?
Sexual content, and that's it. That's all they cared about. So
big facts.
Care about that? You'll probably it's kind of like Bayonetta.
And I love Ex Mortis,
like
man. I give him all the credit and the appreciation in the world.
Like it all, and I skipped 3. So obviously another game that's kind of like Bayonetta, I'm just not going to care and I'm going to skip, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's why I can't watch Gino Samuel's Chris Chan videos. He lets Chris talk for too long.
All right, Covenant Lazarus. Well, last I checked, I'm not seeking out legal counsel from anyone. I'm also not seeking out legal counsel from a YouTuber. I would probably, if I actually was seeking out legal counsel from someone, I'd probably speak to a real lawyer, not someone who uses a YouTuber.
Who is he talking about?
There's a little difference between someone who their full-time job is practicing law and winning cases versus someone's full-time job is making YouTube videos. There's a little difference there.
Go to Legal Eagle then, idiot.
Yeah, I don't even know. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
He always gives you like the worst
like you're trying to get drama stirred
answer.
Up. I don't know what you're talking about, nor do I care. None of that. If you've heard anything, it's completely untrue. I'm not involved in any legal battles or anything like that. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So I think you got to stop listening to the wrong people.
Yeah, like him. Damn. What shithead. Yeah, I kind of checked out on Chris Chan ever since, like, after he fucked his mom. I'm sorry, they fucked their mom.
He is a YouTuber. His full-time job is making YouTube videos. Yes, they might have a legal nature, but he's a YouTuber and a streamer.
Does he not realize people can do YouTube as a hobby? No, he thinks everybody does what he does.
Oh my God.
I'm ready for this June documentary. You know I'm going to live react to that
real
one.
lawyers actually sit there doing law all day because that's their job. They don't sit there making YouTube videos and streaming. I hate to tell you this. You're sorely mistaken.
Yo, what is he talking about? Legal Eagle? I need to know. Was he talking about Legal Eagle? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. Someone could be a lawyer by day and then do YouTube after. I can already say Legal Eagle is an excellent YouTuber and a lawyer. And they use the YouTube channel to promote their lawyer
just
job.
like, they really are just gullible people. Okay?
You're gullible.
Serious gullible.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right? I'm
Give
not
him money,
saying that
gullible people.
Nick is not a lawyer. I'm saying he's not a lawyer in the sense that he's not sitting there practicing law all day He's a YouTuber.
I can't blame you
he
on
just
Chris.
sits there making videos and streams. That's his job.
I'll follow
It's okay
Smokey
to admit that.
McCrack
Now, he
talking
can be
about Chris
qualified
Chan
to be a
stuff.
lawyer, but he is not. He's not a lawyer.
I
That'd be like
introduced
saying,
Chris
"I'm a
Chan to
doctor,
the real
'cause I
life
have the actual
significant other female style
qualifications to be a
waifu.
doctor. Oh, by the way, I
and
just
she
sit
was
here and play
enthralled
video
with
games
it.
all day. Am I a doctor? No, not really.
Smokey,
I could be if I
yeah, big
wanted
ups
be,
to
but I'm
Smokey.
not. I'm not an active doctor.
I got introduced
I'm
to
not an active
Daniel
lawyer.
Larson because of
Makes videos.
Smokey.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not
Um,
down talking him. I'm saying you're like saying like he's so
Cyrax.
great. Oh my god, no, real lawyers.
I
do?
recommend
They
Club
practice
Doom's
law
Chris
all
videos as
day
well. Oh,
in their
thank you.
office
Yes, I will
and in
check
court.
those out.
They're
I'll
busy.
put them in my Google search right now.
Because they're busy doing law and making money doing it. They don't have time for that shit.
How do you know, Phil? How do you know? God, you're making me so mad. Club Doom. Chris Chan. There it is. Yep, Club Doom. Harmon Smith, the final boss of Contrarianism. Nice. Usurper, Evil, Smash Bandicoot. There it is. Yep, I see some clips.
Oh
Chris
my
Chan
god.
did a Q&A.
Lazarus, please just keep super chatting nonsense, and I'm just not gonna read it anymore. But please, by all means, keep super chatting.
Ooh, what are we
I don't
saying?
even know why you made this into an argument. There is no argument. Nick is a YouTuber and a streamer. That is his job. That is his occupation. It doesn't matter what you say.
He
that
did
is
a
his
banger
occupation.
Drift King. Recommend
You
it.
are
Thank
being
you.
Very silly.
I'm trying to stay out of the Daniel and
No,
Cyrax
you
rabbit
didn't
holes
try
as
to
I'm
help.
already in
This
Chris
is
and
what I'm trying
Phil.
to tell you. If ever I had a
I'm
reason
actually
to seek
really
legal
big into
counsel,
Cobra
I would
JFS right
seek
now.
real
Him
legal
and
counsel off
Methica.
of someone who
He
is a
broke his
YouTuber, you
6-year
understand?
dry
The
spell
person
for some
who I would
crazy
go to
bitch
for help would
naked
not be a
and
YouTuber.
laughing.
I would go
And I've been
find a real
following
lawyer
that for a
who
minute. So
practices
that
all
has
day, every
pulled
day,
my attention.
knows the ins and outs of law and would know what to do. I would not go to a YouTuber.
I wouldn't go to a YouTuber
I
named
know, it's like,
DarkSydePhil for
exactly, it's like
business
talking to the
advice.
wall. This is how these people are. Like, they become like these super fans of something, and then they just become like ultra defensive.
Oh, yes, Chicken Rooster
about
knows
stuff.
of Methica.
Like, you understand, I'm not
Dude,
insulting Nick in
Jessica
any way,
is
shape, or
nuts
form.
as
He has
fuck.
a
Been
very
following that a
successful
lot.
following as a
There's a
YouTuber
channel
and
that I
streamer
follow.
discussing things of law.
Bogdom.
There's
I
nothing
follow
wrong with
that, and
That's
then
to
I
be
also
commended and
follow, and I would highly
correct?
recommend it.
But he's not a lawyer.
To-
He's not a practicing lawyer. He's
Let me
not
try and
sitting there
find
in
it.
court doing court cases. He's not working in his office doing law. He's a YouTuber and a streamer. How do you not
Willow
understand
Davis. Willow
that?
Davis.
And what is wrong with even saying that?
I'm gonna type that in.
Why are you so defensive about that?
You're defensive,
Right?
dude. He's projecting. Willow Davis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I need,
I would
help with
highly
legal
recommend
stuff,
you
the
check
last
out that
person I would
channel
go
if you're
to
a
is someone
fan
who
of
sits on YouTube on a stream all day. I would go to a
Cobra,
lawyer who's
King
an
Cobra
active
JFS,
practicing
and
lawyer who does it all
Jessica.
day, every day, because this is their
Yep,
forte,
that's where I watch it.
Right?
My man.
Like,
yes.
why would I go to someone
yes.
who's a YouTuber? It
I
doesn't
love
make
this
even any
community,
fucking
y'all.
sense
I
what
love
you're
y'all.
saying.
Dead air. Love it. I love this dead air.
Yikes. Anyway, any last minute stuff, guys, or shall we adjourn?
Adjourned. Please.
I don't even know where the conversation came from, because the guy literally, he started his conversation saying something like, so I was talking to Nick Recchietta, and he says, if you need legal help, he'll do it pro bono. Who needs legal help? There's no legal help needed for anything. There's nothing
Yeah,
going
your
on.
chargebacks,
What are you even
idiot.
talking about? Sounds like you went and had a conversation that has nothing to do with anything. Someone was talking drama, and you went over there to talk to someone else about it. Like, what are you even speaking of? I don't even know, and I don't care.
In and
Get
Otter
me out of
Place
your
said
shit.
Phil's audience of
I
people
don't
around
care
his
about your
age, as he
nonsense.
keeps telling us they are too immature for Stellar Blade. Nice.
Okay. Fair enough. I think it's time to adjourn now. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous nonsense. All right, everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you for a fun podcast.
Yeah,
Lots of news
this was
to
a lot
discuss
of fun.
today. Tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be talking more about how another crab's treasure is faring now that I have the parry and the plunge attack and all these other things unlocked. And of course, about my journey with Zangief. I hope I do well with Zangief tonight in ranked. I guess we'll find out, and we'll go from there. All right. But in the meantime, thank you all very much, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. Great day, and tomorrow we will do it all again, my friends. All right. Thank you, and see you Wednesday.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was DarkSydePhil.
Okay, let's get set up. And guys, I do need to take a break to use the restroom before we leave.
swear to God, this guy makes me so like, this guy like grinds my gears in such a very specific way, and it drives me crazy because seeing this guy getting the support that he does for the most bare minimum of effort just absolutely blows my mind. It's absolutely incredible that there are these lolcows like Boogie and Wings and Review Tech USA and Chris Chan and Cyrax and DarkSydePhil, all of these guys, all of these people, I'm sorry, are just the absolute drudges of the internet, and yet they still are out there doing their thing, doing the damn thing. But whenever I start getting too fired up, I stop and I think to myself, every day that I wake up and I'm not them is a good day. Canada's got it right. Facts, mate. He doesn't deserve a fraction of what he gets when smaller YouTubes put in ×10 the effort for a fraction of the views, engagement, etc. Well, here's the thing. Here, like at the beginning of it, I find myself to be exceptionally motivated by spite, especially when it comes to my professional wrestling side of things, and especially when it comes to my streaming side of things, because the only reason I'm doing any of this live streaming stuff right here is to show DSP how much better his situation could be if he actually put the effort into getting a stream deck, into making the thumbnails, into making these sets, into making sure that everything is working properly, a green screen, you know, being able to have music playing in the background when you have dead spots on your stream, not treating your audience like shit, and cultivating a environment where people can come and just hang out and chill and not feel obligated to support and just vibe out. Good mindset. I'm similar with art. I look at others and work out how to surpass them. Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's kind of a toxic way of seeing it, being motivated by spite, but at the same time, you know, the ends justify the means. And I'm not out to get Phil, you know, I'm not out to, you know, put my enemies in the ground or anything like that. I just, you know, I see what they're doing and I always think to myself, I can do that, but I can do it better. I'm going to try and do it better. And, you know, art is just remixed, assets from other people in other places. Everything's a remix. Letters and words and paragraphs are remixes. It's all the same, you know, 26 characters. Math is still the same, you know, infinite amount of numbers. I don't know. Sure, but I look at it like Goku does. Hey, that is an excellent mindset to have. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking about it the wrong way. Maybe I need to adopt the Goku mindset. My last name is Diaz. That's why you see the LDZ in the stream. And, you know, Latinos do love Dragon Ball. So, I mean, maybe I need to start adapting a more healthy mindset when it comes to this kind of stuff. Who knows? But with all that being said, guys, the Level 1 podcast has come and gone, and I feel like we are better people for it. Thank you all for suffering this fool with me. There will be no chill, meaningful nighttime stream tonight because I will be training at the MCW Pro Wrestling Training Center. But tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will once again be stepping on arrows to the beat of J-pop. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dance Dance Revolution is back on the menu, boys.
Let's groove!
Because I have so much fun staying in shape, taking your requests, and, you know, just generally keeping my health at least a notch better than what Phil's got going on. Chicken Rooster, Paul Canada, you guys or gals or people, I'm gonna just say you people just to be safe, are leg day for me tomorrow. Fuck yeah. Every day's leg day for me when I play DDR. And then every 5 songs that I play, I do 10 kettlebell squats and then 10 push-ups. It seems to be doing all right for me. Seems to be doing all right. And I used to be a big boy too, so. ZG Beans, we were just talking about Set Mania. And we're actually just about to adjourn for the evening. Happy to have you here, my friend. Always a pleasure. ZG Beans was actually one of the people that helped me get my Step Mania set up the correct way. So big ups to ZG Beans all the way over on Twitch. And thank you, Canada. I do appreciate that. Being a professional wrestler, it's actually a very image-oriented business. So being able to do and play a game that I love, that keeps me in shape, makes me, you know, it's again, far and away, way different than what Phil does, which just sitting on his ass and hoping that mentally deficient people give him money. Rather Be on Fire was here the whole time. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you. The cross-section of people that hang out from my DSP detractor circles and my Step Mania circles and my professional wrestling circles have coalesced into this one area. And I really do appreciate that. You guys and gals are legends. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Do stay tuned, because tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the good old US of A, we'll be back at it with more Step Mania, followed by No Waifu Wednesday, where we will return to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And with all that being said, guys, until next time, take care, be safe. I love each and every one of you. And I hope you stay happy, healthy, and hydrated. Take care. Peace. Ooh, the button doesn't work. We're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way.